Hi everyone, it's Helen from the Squiggly Careers podcast. I hope you're well. Just want to let you know really quickly about this week's podcast topic, which I really enjoyed recording with Sarah. It is on how to release your rebel. And so we're talking a little bit about how we can sort of be constructively rebellious at work. And so we can make change happen, but we can do it with the support of other people rather than feeling like we're going a bit rogue and being a bit random. So in the podcast, we talk a little bit almost like a scale, where at one side of the scale, you've kind of got conformity. So we're doing it in the way it's always been done. We're doing it in the way that other people do it. We're sort of following the rules of the game. And that might stop us growing. That might stop us coming up with new ideas, new products. So kind of that's conformity on one end of the scale. The other side is non-conformity. So this is where we're almost, we're being deliberately difficult, but we're not necessarily doing it with the right level of insight, support, empathy for other people. So that can come across as sort of non-constructive non-conformity. So it might just feel difficult to other people and like we're kind of going rogue. So the bit that we're really aiming for is in the middle here. This is where it's constructive non-conformity. This is sort of the rebel that we are trying to release in our squiggly careers. It's where we're challenging the status quo, but we are doing it with an understanding of the business. And it's where we are sharing new ideas, different things we can do, maybe being a little bit provocative, but it's perhaps with the support of other people. So this bit in the middle is what we're really trying to aim for in our squiggly careers, because that's where we can make good change happen, but with the support of the people around us too. So that's kind of what we're aiming for in the podcast. A couple of the ideas we talk about to give you a bit of a tease of what's in the episode. So one of the things that I really liked was the idea of provocative prompts, because it's quite a simple way to release your rebel in sort of meetings and moments that you're already in. So these are a few kind of questions that you can just introduce. Things like, who would disagree? Like, who would disagree? Maybe why would they disagree? Just to kind of bring that point of view into the room. Also, what are we worst at? Maybe you've got a project and everyone's like, yes, we should just get on with this. And it's almost like, well, let's just press pause before we move forward and consider what are we worst at and whether that could get in the way. And just maybe not letting all of that positivity run away with the progress. And another one I quite like is what's the opposite point of view? So maybe you've got loads of consensus. Generally, if there's a high level of conformity, you've got lots of consensus. And it might just be useful to give that a little nudge and say, well, okay, well, let's just pause for a moment. What's the opposite point of view? So that you can make sure you're considering lots of perspectives, particularly if people in a room are sort of conformity feels like the standard way that we're kind of working at the moment. So I quite like provocative prompts. Another thing that you can think about is rebel strengths. This is kind of about you and how you can really scale up what you're already doing. So first of all, it starts with sort of knowing what your strengths are today. So I might say one of my strengths is energy, kind of bringing a lot of positivity and pace to my work. So that's one of mine. Then you might think about how much that is showing up. So I would kind of do it on a scale of 1 to 10, average working week, how much is that present in the work that you're already doing? So I probably give myself like probably a 6 or a 7 in terms of how that might show up at the moment. And then what we're going to do is think about, well, let's scale it. And by scaling it, I'm thinking by a factor of 10. Like if you are going to take that strength you want to be known for, however it's showing up today, and you are going to 10x it, then what would you be doing differently? So for example, if I was going to 10x how much I was using my energy, I would probably, I'd probably write a book in a week, or I'd maybe record I'd probably record like 20 Squiggly Careers podcast episodes in a week. Like I would really, really go at one thing and try to expand it. What this helps you to do is think about how authentically, because it's one of your existing strengths, you can significantly increase your impact. And if we're kind of taking that rebellious mode, we are maybe letting go of some other things that are distractions to our development or to the way that we're doing our work. And we're really supercharging the thing that we do brilliantly, because that's where they're going to make the biggest impact. So maybe try some provocative prompts, maybe think about what would your rebel strengths look like if you 10x them. And then we've got lots of other episodes on the podcast too. As well as the podcast, we've got the pod sheet that is always on amazingif.com. And don't forget, if you do not already know, we've got the Squiggly Careers Skills Sprint coming up at the 1st of August. So we'll put the link below so that you can sign up for that and get involved. It's 20 days of 7-minute episodes focusing on a specific skill designed to create lots of learning momentum. So come join the Squiggly Careers community. We've got well over 1,000 people who are signed up to Sprint. And yeah, very much looking forward to learning with you.